Hey guys, it's No Shauna here. I'm back with something that I want to talk about. Basically, it's about the competitive playlist, where I think that how Bungie should go about with the competitive playlist, what they can add to it, the loot, and the whole loot system. So if you like what I'm about to say, please just stay tuned because I have a lot to unload here, and I just want you guys to just hear what I got to say when the ideas I'm playing around here. So the first thing I think what they need to do is to overhaul the comp playlist. They're getting rid of the Unbroken title. Alright, so what they should do is implement a brand new title. It doesn't matter what the title can be called. It can be legendary, it can be called anything, you know? Or it can be called like Force Unbroken, whatever they want to call it. Two, what they need to do is have better loot. Our issue is that Bungie is so, not Bungie, but Destiny as a game, we have so many weapons in our inventory and in our collection where Bungie can actually put them in the competitive playlist, like Better Devils, Implement Storm, and such more, much more. We have a lot of guns that they can put in there. Does Not Compute. What's the other one? It's a pulse rifle we had. It's basically the same thing as the Nightshade. They have so many guns inside the game. It's a looter shooter game, and I just don't understand why we have the guns. So why not just make them with the brand new random roll system that they came out with, put them with better perks on them, give them adept filling perks. And not even adept filling perks, give them the old pinnacle perks. That way it makes them good. And you don't have to put recluse perks on Implement Storm to make it good. You can come up with a brand new perk that's never before seen. And the same thing with like Not Forgotten perk. Like you don't have to put Not Forgotten perk on the Better Devils to make it different. Come up with a unique perk to that weapon. Yeah, I get it. People were saying it was breaking the game back in Forsaken. It was, because we didn't have a super fast TTK, but now everything is almost 3-shot or less than a second to kill you. We have rapid fire pulse rifles right now in the archetype where they kill you less than a second, and I think this will actually implement a lot of differences inside the game. Like, my whole idea is not just to overhaul the mode, overhaul Shaxx's UI. On the second page, on the second tab, I think what we should have is a whole separate system other than the regular Crucible dedicated to Glory. So that way you have shaders, you have ornaments, special weapon ornaments that only come once per season, and you have to play for it. Even if it basically turned the last prediction to make it look like the Hawksaw from D1, or whatever. It is just to change the play mode. That way you have something to grind for. That way you have a reason to go and comp. My goal with this idea is to make the competitive be the Trials of the Week, while Trials is still holding its title, but competitive is a reason why you can go after it. And Bungie can update it every season with a new ornament and a new weapon. Change the way the weapon look, change how the way the weapon perform, and allow these weapons to be added into the game. Because the issue is, comp is basically a dead playlist. You only go in there just to warm up before you go straight into Trials. That's literally all what comp is for. And the whole goal is to make comp back the way it was. Because when they got rid of Trials of the Nine, comp was the thing that allowed a lot of players, many players, to go after the loot and guns that they wanted to grind after. So I think what they need to do is come up with a system, which I'm coming up with right now, and you'll see the screenshots where basically the comp Glory has his own tab, Shaxx has his own tab. He has 5 challenges you can do to get a shader. He has 7 challenges you can do and hit a certain rank where you get an ornament, and you keep going up a progression system. This allows people to have a reason to go into the mode. And they don't have to even stop at that. What they can do is go into the UI, and basically you can go into the collections, what I'm about to do right now, and what you can do is add some of the Trials of the Nine weapons in there, and make them have ornaments like the Purpose. They can put in there. They can put what's that pulse rifle? Relentless. They can put Relentless in there. They can put Autumn Wind, the Marine. Now I remember the name of the pulse rifle, and give them the unique perk to allow them to feel powerful. Because the issue that we're having now is adept weapons are just not enough. We have so many adept weapons, but the adept mods with the Bungie's new crafting system is basically obsolete. So what my goal is, if we don't want to make adept weapons, how about this then? Instead of making them adept, how how about we make a tier higher than Adept? So that way Adept still is in his own tier, but now we have a weapon that performs at the top of his peak in Crucible. And yeah, I get it. It may break the game, but how about this? We do something crazy like how Iron Banner have for their weapons. Make them come with their own new, unique, intrinsic perk to allow the weapon to operate very well within comp. Last man standing or something like that. So that way, when you're the last guardian standing, you get aim assist or you get bonus stability and reload speed. So that way, you have a reason to go after those weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like how the way they did with Alacrity. Like, it don't have to be exactly what Alacrity is, but it can be something different. Or even add Alacrity if you want to add that as an origin trait for the gun. But the whole issue is that Adept weapons feel more obsolete than anything. Because nowadays, all you have to do is, alright, I'm going to go do a Nightfall, and guess what? I have an Adept weapon. You know what? I'm going to go do Trials, go Floss, I have an Adept weapon. But what's the point of getting the Adept weapons when you can basically go straight to the pyramid ship that's on Mars and literally craft your own weapon and have enhanced perks? What I think Bungie should do with that system, they should either make it that those weapons come with enhanced perks on them, but you have to hit the highest level of comp for them to drop, or you get a base form of the weapon. You get as you play, you get a white weapon, or you get a common weapon, and as you play, you level the weapon up, and it goes from white to green, from green to blue, from blue to purple, from purple to teal, and that will be its own thing. And the reason why I say teal, because it's not Adept. You don't want it to have the Masterwork symbol. You want it to be something different, something new that has never been done in Destiny. And they could even make it so simple or have a simple name for it. You know what I'm saying? They could make it be called a hidden weapon or a legacy weapon. That way it sounds powerful and very dangerous in its own rights to change the way the game plays, how the way the weapons operate, how the way the weapons move. What you want to do is make the player feel powerful. And I get like we're trying to slow things down. That's why I listed a bunch of primary weapons, because Bungie's big swap for next season is basically they're going after primary game. And I believe if we go with primary weapons where it's just kinetic or energy kinetics, I think we won't have an issue. But if you want to bring a shotgun into it, that breaks it. So I think what we should go with, Bungie should go with, is these weapons. Some of these weapons that I listed. Better Devils. We can go with, let's see, Better Devils. Even though have D&D if they really wanted to throw it in there. You know, Foregone Conclusion, something. Just add something, because the reason why is the game is becoming more lackluster. And like we have so many Crucible weapons that drop only from the Crucible. Alright, we have Martyr's Make, where they can literally take this auto rifle, bring it back, make it a legacy weapon. There you go. Now it has a teal box. When you masterwork it has a teal box around it, and once you level the weapon completely up, you get a powerful weapon. This allows you to craft the weapon as you play with the weapon, as you fight for glory. The reason why I'm saying this is because now, because of the whole issue with them basically sunsetting the Unbroken title, there's no reason for players to play in comp. And I think this will give people a reason to play in comp. Give us shaders, give us ornaments, give us powerful weapons. Powerful weapons that perform perfectly for Crucible. That is literally for Crucible itself. So that way, even if you have an Adept weapon, you know, or you have a legacy weapon, they're powerful. They show your valor. They show your glory, how hard you work to get it. It's not something easily just handed to you. It's not something that you have to just grab a weapon and just run through a mode and just get to a certain rank and get it. No, I think what the weapon should drop as a white, as a uncommon weapon, and you level it up as you play. You get a certain amount of kills, or you complete a certain, it's like a bounty weapon. You basically go in, you shoot, kill, you collect a certain amount of kills of a certain type, or headshots, or body shots, or wherever shots you have to get with the gun, and it levels up the gun. And the gun levels up as you go. And more you play with the weapon, the more powerful the gun gets until it becomes a legacy weapon. If you like this idea, please tell me what you think about it down below. This is an idea I think that will work for Bungie, and I think this will work for Destiny. It will change the way the Crucible plays, because we have so many weapons, we have so many exotics, but we're so limited based off of what comes out this week, what comes out that week. And I think Adept weapon should not be the only weapon we grind for other than exotics. I think we should have a new weapon archetype, or not archetype, but weapon type, which will be a legacy weapon that only drops from Crucible, from Glory. That will give people the drive to go in there to want to play it. That makes it more fun. So now we don't just have trials. Now we have comp. Comp feels more competitive. You have to go to level up this weapon. It puts everybody on an even playing field. If you play with the white uncommon weapon to level it up, you're playing against another person with an uncommon weapon. Just let me know what you guys think. You guys have a great day, and I catch you guys right in the Crucible. Later, Guardians.